Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you with tips for the first-time cruiser from a first-time cruiser. So I just wanted to kind of go over with you some of the things that I took with me and what I thought about actually needing to take them with me, if I felt like it was necessary, unnecessary, things like that. I'm not going through everything. I just grabbed like the bulk of the items that I thought you might be interested in. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to dive right into it. I actually found some of these products because I was watching a content creator. It's a husband and wife team. The wife is a travel agent. And when I tell you the channel is awesome because I binged watched their videos for weeks, and it got me ready. And it gave me a really good idea of what to anticipate. It helped me to know what not to do, the things that I need to look out for, understanding the cruise terminology. I did go on Carnival. We were on the Vista ship, and it was an amazing experience. The channel name is called Life With Us TV, and it's your girl Lynette and your boy Stanley. They are so funny to me. I love the way they interact with each other, and I'm going to leave the link to not just their channel, but also the playlist that I watch about the Carnival Cruise tips. You can check them out about other cruise lines because they have taken cruises on other cruise lines, and they do talk about in the Carnival videos the difference in the terminology. Like one cruise line may call the points program one thing, and then the other cruise line calls it something else. So anyway, they'll get into all of that. They'll break everything down. They're really, really good at explaining, and they talk about not just what to bring, what not to bring, but they explain why. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. One of the first things that I wanted to make sure that I got, and let me, before I start, Lynette has an Amazon page. So a lot of the stuff that they talk about, she will pin the Amazon store page below in their description box, and you can click on that. So that way you don't have to search around for the products that they're recommending that you take. That's what I did. Okay, so the first thing is going to be the C-bands. I didn't know what the heck they were talking about when they kept saying C-bands. So this is good for someone who think that they may get seasick. I did go on a dependence cruise when my husband was in the military, and I got very, very seasick. Now, even though the Carnival cruise ship is way bigger than the ship that my husband was on, I was still a little nervous because when I got seasick, it was no fun. So I was like, oh no. I didn't want to take Dramamine or any other medication that, you know, something I would have to take orally, because I'm already on medication and I was concerned about any contraindications. I did not want to take that and then wind up having a reaction. So I went ahead and I got the C-bands. And the C-bands that I got here came in this cute little case. And you just slide them on your wrist, and they have if I can get it open, they have, this is what they look like, and they have this little dot that presses up against your wrist, and the box will actually give you instructions on how to wear them so that they're effective. So that's what I did. And let me tell you, I think this is a good idea, and I'm always going to carry these with me because you never really know. One trip you may not have an issue, but the next trip could be completely different. So I'm always going to pack these. Now, for me, I put them on as soon as I saw that I was about to get on the ship. However, once I was on the ship, I was able to look at the water. I was able to be close to the glass where you can actually see the water. And after about maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes, I wound up taking them off because I didn't feel like I needed them. So I went from about 45 minutes into the cruise all the way through the cruise. I had a 7-day cruise not using these. So I was very, very fortunate. I was very happy that I did not have to use these. However, I think I probably should have put these on when I got home, because once I was off the ship, I didn't feel it that day. But the next day when I woke up, I got out of my bed and I was still swaying. The last 2 days of the last days of the cruise, we had kind of rocky waters coming back into Galveston. And so I found myself walking like this throughout my house, knowing the ground wasn't moving, but I felt like I was still on the ship. So I think if I had put these on, I would have done a lot better. The other thing that they recommend are these little towelettes. And this comes in, they're 25 compact towelettes. And let me let you see what they look like. And I think this is good, not just for cruising, but like traveling in general. They come with this little cute little holder. And the holder itself, I think I figured out it holds 5. So this is what the towelettes look like. It's just a little disc. And what you do is you put it in underwater, and you can use it. It's very strong and durable. You can use it like a towel. And you can carry it in a little case, like the little packet like this, so that you don't have to carry this bag. You don't have to put it in a Ziploc bag. You're good to go. So these are good to use like if you want to freshen up, if you want to wash your face, you know, different things like that. So that was a towelette. The one thing I was a little disappointed in is are these towel clips, because when these are for like when you go to the beach, so you can clip the towels onto the chair so the towels don't fly away. They say, oh, don't bring, you know, beach towels. That's one of the things that they say don't do. But I really wish I had have done that, because the paranoia of taking a Carnival towel and forgetting it at the resort and not being able to turn it in, and then they charged me $25, $50 for the towel, prevented me from taking the towels off the ship to use, because I just was absolutely paranoid that I was going to forget it. So I wish I had went ahead and packed my beach towels, because had I left my beach towel, I would have been okay. But as far as the clips go, I was very disappointed because for one, I didn't get to use it because I didn't take my beach towel, and I refused to take a Carnival towel off the ship. But the other thing is, when I received my clips, 2 of them were already broken. And then when I packed them in my suitcase, another two got broken. So for some reason, these particular ones, and I'll have to put a link for these in the bottom. I will never buy these again because they are too delicate. These should not be breaking. And when I say they broke across here, and this little metal piece that allows it to spring came out. I mean, the clip was broken completely in half, and they were not able to be used. So I am going to buy a whole nother brand of towel clips and hope that I get a better version of the towel clip. The other thing is, I already had reusable straws, so I had this was actually a gift, and so this particular set has the straight straws, and it has a little rubber piece on the end, so that, you know, when you put it in your mouth, you're not biting down on a straw or putting your mouth on a straw. But it has the straight one and it has the curved one, and then it also came with the straw cleaners. So that's what's in this, and there's actually 2. There's 2 in here. So I thought this was a good idea, because you can keep this, you know, in your purse or whatever, and when you're getting off, you know, going in the port or whatever, we found, like, for one, FYI, this is just one thing to note, the only straws that they have on Carnival are the candy straws. They do not taste good at all. So they don't have regular straws on the ship. So if you don't bring disposable straws or reusable straws, you're going to be drinking directly out of a cup. So if you're a person who likes to have a straw, you might want to invest in a pack of reusable straws and the cleaners so that you can always have a straw. They don't have them. And then most places that we went to, when we pulled in when we docked, they didn't have straws either. So you're drinking directly out of a cup. So if you're a person that does not like to do that, you want to invest in some straws or bring some disposable straws. The other thing was the poopery. Now, I took a chance and decided not to go with the poopery. I decided to try a different brand to see if it will work. And let me just tell you, this was a 2-pack. And it comes in the scent lavender and vanilla, and then fresh citrus and it works just like Poopery. It does. And I actually feel, because I have had Poopery before, and I feel like the scent itself, the way it smells is a little bit stronger than Poopery, and it lingers a little longer, in my opinion. So this is, and I'll put the link for this down below as well. This is called Stinky Bowl Spray. So this is not Poopery. This is a spray that is just like Poopery, but it's made by a different company. Now, Lynette and Stanley also recommended bringing some Lysol. I got this out of the travel section at Walmart, and so I figured I would just need a small amount of it. So I went ahead and I grabbed this, and I used it as soon as we got there. I really didn't have to use it afterwards because we were in the room. Now, one of the things that they also recommend is that you bring the Downy Wrinkle Refresh. If you have items that need to be ironed, they also say like you should iron your stuff as soon as you get on the ship, because the laundry room and where you go to iron, which I never saw, I should have asked, but I never even saw where that was, because I made sure all of my stuff was wash and wear, that I could just pull it out and I'd be ready to go. My husband did have a shirt that he needed ironed, and so I have a huge bottle of the Downy Wrinkle Release in my laundry room. So instead of taking that big old bottle, I just put it in a small 4-ounce bottle, and he just used a few squirts of that. So I thought that was a good idea. And if you have, that's the other thing, is if you have large bottles or large containers of things that you want to travel with, just find you some of these little spray bottles and pour it in there. And then all I did was just use my little label maker to put on there what it is. The other thing that they recommended was for you to bring some dishwashing liquid, and you want to do that because they suggest that you bring a reusable cup, which we did. I found some really nice tumblers for us at Target. They came with a straw, but I still made sure to bring my straws. And I also bought some extra long, because the straw in the cup and these straws are different sizes. So the straw in the cup is much longer. So I bought some straw cleaners that were a little bit longer to accommodate that. And so they recommend that you bring this so that you can wash your cup and that you wash your straw while you're traveling, because you don't want to keep drinking out of that every day for 7 days and it's not been clean. That's not good at all. Okay. So one thing that they did not mention, but I'm a firm believer in bringing, even though you have the Poopery, I still love my Febreze, and this is one of my favorite scents. So I did pack my Febreze in my suitcase, and I left it in the bathroom so that whenever we needed to use the restroom, it was in there. So one of the other things that they recommend is a non-surge protector, because they literally have one plug in the room. One plug, and it's usually like where the little desk is, up against the wall. And so I brought this, and this is on there. It's on Lynette's Amazon store as well. I can't remember if it's this particular brand, but either way, that's where I look for it. And it has 3 of the regular plugs, and then the USB plug, and then this is a USB-C. So I think that one charges faster. But I love this idea, and I'm gonna make sure that this stays in my suitcase, because what I did was, when I got home, one of the things I did when I unpacked is I went ahead and everything that I need to travel with, I put it back in my suitcase, and so that way all of my travel items stay in my suitcase, and I don't have to be looking for stuff. Now there are some things that I'm going to replace each time I travel, and one of them, for example, is my toothbrush. So it'll be toothbrush, toothpaste, and mouthwash that I'll always put a fresh set in. Mouthwash, because especially if it's months in between the time that you travel, you don't want the mouthwash just sitting in the suitcase. That's something that we can use here at home, but other than that, you know, you don't want to just sit in there growing germs and stuff. Toothpaste for the same reason. So the mouthwash and toothpaste, it'll be like whatever's left over will be used here. And then of course you want a fresh toothbrush when you're about to travel. So the other thing that I got, because we do not have our passport, but we are definitely going to be applying for our passport, I went ahead and I got these passport books. I believe they came as a set, and I got them because what I did was, in this particular company, added a little pouch in there. I put my birth certificate, and because I'm married, my last name is different. I put my birth certificate and my marriage license in. They did not ask for my marriage license. I told them I had it, but they didn't even want it. We were told that we needed to bring it, well, women, because your last name is different from your birth certificate. So I brought it anyway, but didn't need it. And in here, I put my driver's license and my COVID vaccination cards. I had those together. And all I did was I took it and I turned the open side. I turned it inside so nothing fell out. Closed it, and then I just put a rubber band around it. And then this was for my husband. All right, so up next, this I was very upset because I forgot I even took it. There were several times when I really could have used this because it was so hot. And this is my neck fan. Man, this thing gets up to, it has like 4 or 5 settings on it, and I completely forgot that I had packed it. It wasn't out of sight, out of mind. It wasn't visible. So anytime we got off the boat or I was moving around and I was hot, I could have been using this. And it does have a piece on here. I was trying to see because it charges. Yeah, so it has a little connection right here where you can plug it into a USB and recharge it. So I can't believe that I forgot all about that. All right, so next up, what they talked about is a lanyard. Y'all, I brought this lanyard and I did not wear it. Y'all know why I didn't wear it? Because I couldn't figure out how I was going to wear this, because I bought these little badge holders and it wasn't really the kind of badge holder that I wanted. It has like the little pocket right here, but then it has this opening. And so I was like, I don't want to be walking around with this lanyard and my sign and sell card is not sealed in here the way that I want it to be. And so this is the way it's supposed to be. So I didn't do that. I put it in here and I put it in my little fanny pack or my crossbody. Why on the, I think the 4th day of the cruise, 4th or 5th day of the cruise, that I find out I saw my friend with hers around her neck, and I'm like, how are you wearing that around your neck? She said, I just put it through the hole. And I said, what hole? Mine don't have no hole. My card had a hole in it when they gave it to me. I didn't even notice that I could have just clipped this directly onto the card and been wearing it around my neck like everybody else. So note to self, the sign and sell card is already pre-hole punched for you to put it on your lanyard. Okay? FYI. So that's something else I learned. The other thing is I use this to I put my sign and sell card on facing one direction and my ID facing the other direction. And I just stuck it in my fanny pack so I didn't have to be carrying anything bulky. All right, on to the next thing. This is not something that Lynette or Stanley talked about. This is a personal preference. I take pain medication, but there are some times when, even having taken my medication every day, I'm still hurting. So I always buy these pain patches. This is an awesome idea, especially for somebody that does not take pain medication and you don't want to take a pill. You can slap this pain patch on, as long as you're not getting in water. You can slap this pain patch on, and it's extra strength, and most of the time I find the ones that are extra large, so it covers a really nice area. So if you're having pain across your back or whatever, you can put one of these on. So I do recommend grabbing some of these, and I get mine. This is a different brand. The one that I normally get, they didn't have, and I haven't been having a hard time finding them because I usually buy between 10 and 15 at a time. I take whatever they got on the shelf. So this is not the brand, but this is the same patch, and I get them from Dollar Tree. All right, so the next thing that they recommended, Stanley and Lynette, is a waterproof phone case. I did find these two in a set. They came in a set on Amazon, and I just went ahead and grabbed them. These things are super durable. And they do not allow water inside. I've gotten in the pool with mine, and I didn't have any trouble whatsoever. So I like these, and I'll be taking these every trip that I go on, whether it's a cruise or not, just in case I get in the pool. Another thing that they recommend was the waterproof fanny packs. Now, I use this as my purse a couple of times on the cruise because I knew I was getting in water. And so I put everything in my fanny pack. Everything, my sign and sell card, my money, my ID. I put everything in here, my phone, all of that in this one thing. And what I like about the fact that carrying this is that it was hands-free. So I could drink, I could eat, I could do everything that I needed to do. And all of my stuff was secured to my waist, and I didn't have to worry about sitting down my purse and you know, being concerned about my things being taken or anything like that. So, and that one, like Lynette tells you, this is triple protection, because what happened is you have 1, 2, 3 Ziploc pieces. So you Ziploc it here, you Ziploc it here, and then you Ziploc it here. And then what you do is you fold it down accordion style, and then here's the Velcro here. You fold this over and then you seal it. So it's super secure and nothing gets wet. I've gotten in the pool, I've gotten in the ocean and at the beach, and it's awesome. So the last thing I'm going to share with you, Lynette and Stanley did talk about these items, and it is the door jamb. These are security. Well, this is the security device, and it does need a 9-volt battery. It does not come with the battery, so you have to remember to buy the battery or you won't be able to use it. And so basically what it is, you close your door, lock your door, you stick the jamb underneath, and then if somebody opens the door, it'll hit this and it'll make this really loud sound going off, and it won't stop until you turn it off. Well, the company, when I bought this, they also sold me this. And this is an extra added layer of security that you put into your door. And when you put it into your door, like this, then it stops anybody from being able to open the door. So it literally, like, this piece jams and the door won't open. Because this was in the door and I was half asleep trying to open the door, and I was struggling trying to get the door open because I didn't realize that this thing was still in there. I was just not alert. So, but anyway, as a little gift, they sent this with my door jamb. So I don't know if that's the case every time you order one, but that's what I got. So it was like a little bonus gift. So let me tell y'all something. This is what happened to me on the cruise. So I'm a natural, right? I have natural hair. I don't have any chemicals in my hair. And I had did all this packing, checklist, check. I got everything I need. And the last thing that I was going to do is, you know, when I got up, comb my hair, and then I was going to throw my comb and brush in the suitcase. And the suitcases made it to the car the night before. So I didn't think far enough ahead to do one of two things. Either put my hair in a style that I can wrap it up where I don't have to comb it and put the comb and brush in my luggage, or to buy me a separate comb and brush. So guess what she did? She got all the way on the boat, and it wasn't until the next day when I needed to comb my hair that I realized I don't have a comb or brush. No big deal, right? I spent 4 hours searching for a comb and brush. Do not forget, especially if you are natural and you don't have a protective style, you need a comb and brush. And I'm not talking about I need a brush that has bristles. I cannot use a wig brush or detangling brush on my hair to style. I need brush with bristles in order for my hair to lay down if I wanted to put it in a ponytail. There is no brush on that ship, and the only comb they had was about this big, about that wide, and it was okay. My camera overheated and it shut off. But anyway, the only comb they had was about this big, and it was about this wide, and it was just this flimsy comb. There was no way I was going to be able to do my hair with that. So FYI to all the naturalistas, make sure you have your grooming tools. Check, triple check, double check, because I could not comb my hair. I did not comb my hair the entire cruise. There was no way for me to groom myself so that I can put on my nice clothes and go to the, what is it called? The Elegant Night. They had Elegant Night, I think like twice. And I really wanted to go. I had cute outfits and everything to go. But there was no way that I could go because there was no way. I had a white scarf that I wrapped my hair up with on one day. And that just looked really tacky and it was not going to match what I was wearing. The other option that I had were my baseball caps. I could not be dressed to the nines with my makeup and everything and in my head looking busted. So I didn't even go. I just spent time with my friends. And, you know, needless to say, regardless of the whole hair situation, I had a great time. First time cruiser to first time cruiser. Just get on the ship. Try to do as much as you can. I wore myself out. So what are some of the tips that I learned? Again, making sure I got my grooming tools. I overpack. They tell you first time cruisers always overpack. You're trying to make sure you don't forget anything. I brought 5 pairs of pajamas. I think I might have used one. Yes, 1, maybe 2 pairs of pajamas, because some nights I was so exhausted I fell asleep in my clothes. So I didn't even get out of my clothes. I took a shower the next day and put on something else. So some of the outfits I did not wear, like I said, for Elegant Night to get dressed up, I didn't wear those, but that was because of my hair situation. I think I would have worn them had I been able to properly groom myself and be happy with what I saw. So, but still, I think I could have done without maybe 1 or 2 of those outfits. I don't think there was anything that I brought that I just shouldn't have brought outside of just, you know, minimizing the amount of clothes. Oh, and as a content creator, I brought my laptop. I brought storage, flash drives, because I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to be filming and editing, and I was doing so much. I did not capture as much footage as I could have because I was really, really, really trying to live in the moment. Do I regret it? No. I don't regret not getting the amount of footage that I could have because I was trying to enjoy myself. I was on vacation after all, right? So even though I'm a content creator, I did not want to spend my entire cruise filming what was going on. I wanted to enjoy what was going on. So that's the other thing. If you're a content creator, don't trip about getting all the different shots and the pictures and the footage. Just have a good time. Just have a good time, because at the end of the day, you cannot redo that cruise. You can go on that cruise again, but it'll be the second time, and all of your first time memories, that's it. Once you get off that ship and you come back home, everything that you could have done, if you didn't even try to do it, those are memories that you'll have to just settle for making new memories the next time. But you will never, ever, ever get that first cruise back. So you need to enjoy yourself. The other thing is I did get some cream sunscreen, and that stuff was so thick. It changed the entire color of my skin. And that's crazy. I already had, and this is an Equate brand. So even though this is a Walmart brand, this stuff works wonders because I've had it for a while. Look how big this can is. So the next time I go, I'm not taking that cream. I'm going to take my spray on because I like that much better. It does not leave a residue. It does not discolor your skin or anything like that. Now, the discoloration of my skin was only when I put the cream on. When I wash it off, I wasn't stained or anything like that. But the stuff was so thick, it took a lot to rub it on and rub it in. The mistake I made was, one, I didn't put any on my face, so my face was burnt. My nose was burnt. I'm still healing. I got sunburn up here. The first time we docked, and I didn't put it on about half an hour, 15 minutes to half an hour before I was going to be out in the sun. So I'm sure it wasn't as effective as it could have been. But the first time we docked, I came back and I was so dark, it was ridiculous. No, we were in a jacuzzi. We were in a jacuzzi for a few hours. I didn't have a hat on. I had my shades on, but I was dark. It was ridiculous. My husband looked at me. He was like, "Babe, you done got dark." And I did. I looked at my skin and I was like, "Why did you tell me I was that dark?" But it was just nuts. I look weird. I look really weird. But you need your sunscreen because the sun is hotter when you're outside the United States, the closer you get to the equator, different times of the year, you do not know how your skin is going to react. I had heat rash the entire time because I spend the majority of my time indoors. I go from my house to my car inside a building when I drive to work. I go from my house to my car inside a building when I go grocery shopping, running errands. I spend very little time actually out in the sun. I mean, the amount of time I spend out there is not even worth counting because I'm not exposed to the sun that way. So now when I'm on this cruise and I'm exposed to direct sunlight for 8 full days, my skin has no idea what to do. It has no idea what to do. So what I'm going to do to prepare myself is I'm actually going to be trying to go to the park and different things like that and actually spend time outside so that my body does not have the same reaction, because this is just now clearing up. And when I tell you heat rash itches, it itches real bad. I had it all down my neck, all down my chest, all on my arms. It was everywhere and it itched so bad. So if you're a person who does not spend time outside, my word of advice, first time cruiser to first time cruiser, go get some sun before you get on that ship so that your skin is used to being in direct sunlight. Make sure you put on your sunscreen and go to the park, go to the beach, go wherever you need to go so that you can condition your skin to being out in the sun and you don't have a reaction. So I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, the other thing is, all around the ship, like where the food is, they do the buffet and all that stuff, the restaurants, they have on the Carnival ships, they have a machine that has ice, it has water, okay? They also have your drink station, which has lemonade and tea, and then in the morning it has orange juice, apple juice, and some kind of other kind of juice that was nasty. I bought 3 cases, 3 12-packs of water, because the water, we got the bubbles package. That's just the soda and the juice, right? We didn't know that we could use the bubbles package anywhere on a ship. That's like if you go to the bar where they serve alcohol, you can ask for a soda. You can ask for a cranberry juice or whatever kind of juice they got. We didn't know that. So we spent days and never used the packet. Then I don't drink soda. So I got the bubbles package because my husband drinks soda and I didn't want to deprive him. I would have done better not paying for any, and we didn't get the alcohol package because there's no way for us to drink 15 alcoholic beverages a piece every day. That's nuts. So what I decided to do was, when we wanted a drink, we just paid for the drinks. It was cheaper just for us to pay for the drinks. Well, we could have not gone with the drink package at all because I bought tea, because you can bring 2 12-packs of drinks. I mean, you can get a 12-pack of drinks, canned drinks per person, and bring it on the ship. So I had tea and also had Hawaiian punch. With those drinks, the fact that they had lemonade and tea and they had water, I could have not paid for the water or either just got a 1 12-pack, and then brought our drinks, and we could have saved that money. So basically, since I could not drink the soda, the package was lost on me anyway. But the fact that my husband didn't start drinking soda till about 3 days into the cruise, it wound up being a waste of money because he couldn't drink enough soda to actually benefit from having the package. Like, we didn't get our money's worth. So all the money we spent on the drink package was pointless. So if you're a person that you drink a lot of water, the cups, the reusable cups that I talked about, that Stanley and Lynette tell you to bring, get your cup, fill it up with ice, put you some water in there, and you can walk around because the cups that they provide at the drink stations are only like this big. They're really, really small. So I washed my cup and I took it, put plenty of ice in it, and I filled it up with lemonade or I filled it up with water, and that's how I drank. But we had a bunch of water in our cabin, and we had our canned drinks. So we brought canned drinks home. I wind up giving away a whole 12-pack of water to the steward because we couldn't carry that. We had our luggage and everything else, And nobody that we were with or people that were in the Facebook group, they didn't want it. It was time to get off the ship and they were good. So FYI, unless you're a person that drinks a lot of juice and water, then the drink package may not be worth it either. So we know next time I'm not paying for any drink package. I'm just going to pay for my drinks as I need them or as I want them. And I don't drink soda, so I won't be buying soda. So I have to drink non-carbonated beverages, which they offer. Like I said, tea and lemonade. And then bring in my canned drinks. I'll have everything I need. So the other thing is I tipped my steward too soon. I tipped him the second day we were there. And then all of a sudden our room wasn't being serviced properly. And I found out that he had gone, like he was off for a few days. So the person who was actually taking care of our room didn't know that we did not want our room service. All I wanted was fresh towels, empty the trash, and a bucket of ice every day. So this person is doing the work. And then one day we didn't get towels. And then it wasn't until I asked somebody that we realized that they had finally went in there and serviced the room and provided towels. So they recommend if you're going to cancel your, because your gratuity, you can either prepay your gratuity, which is what we did. I was trying to be nice and add a little bit of icing on the top because I wanted to have a good experience, and actually tip the steward. And he only serviced our room probably maybe two days out of the trip, a day before and probably like the last day or two we were on the ship. Somebody else was servicing our room during that time. So actually, since they did the bulk of the work, they should have got the tip. But as a first-time cruiser, I didn't think about that. I figure I'm going to tip them up front so they can see I'm a good tipper and a person that's willing to go a little bit above, and they're going to take care of our room. And then he left and was off for a few days. So he wound up getting a tip that he technically should not have, or at least not that much. So that's the other thing. Also, now for those who have cruised and you're not aware of it, it is true. Carnival requires you, when you get off in the Cayman Islands, there is now something called a water pass. And it's basically because you take a skipper boat from the ship to the island because the water is too shallow for them to pull in. Ordinarily, or in the past, you didn't have to get a water pass, but now they require you to, and it's not a lengthy process. We literally went down there to try to be the first in line, and they just handed it to us, asked us how many we needed. And you just have to give it to the individuals as you are exiting the ship to get on the skipper boat. We're not sure why they started that. They just told us they're just trying to control the traffic a little bit better. But FYI, if you go to the Cayman Islands and you are on a Carnival ship, you may be required, and I don't know if this is just the Vista or if this is all Carnival ships, you may be required, if you're not on the Vista, just be prepared to get in line whatever day that you're docking at the Cayman Islands, because they wasn't giving out the water passes until that morning, to go get a water pass to get onto the skipper boat to go to the island. The other thing is, and Stanley and Lynette did touch on this, it used to be where you can get unlimited entrees in the dining room. And we did confirm that now you can get 2 entrees, but after the second entree, they will charge you $5 for anything that you request. My thing is, it is so much food. They do some of the stuff, especially like in the mornings, their appetizers and stuff are really, really small portions. Unless it's something that you want to try. I wasn't getting the entrees. I was mainly going with I wasn't getting the appetizers. I was mainly going with the entrees. And they automatically are paired with side dishes. So sometimes if you didn't want like the side dishes it came with, you just tell them that you just want the entree. You don't want the sides. And you can order something else. They do have a category called Rare Finds. This is a perfect opportunity for anyone who has a unique palate and you like trying different things. This is a perfect opportunity for you to do that, and you don't have to pay extra money. They had alligator bites, they had frog legs, they had escargot. They had some very interesting things that you could try. So my thing would be jump right in there and try it out. Sometimes you only get the one time. And it might be something that you're interested in trying once you get home. I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, they do have repeat comedy shows. Usually there's 2 comics on board, and they do first comic, second comic, and then the third show is both comics together in different places on the ship. I would advise, even if you've never heard of the comic before, go to the comedy shows. Sometimes, like now, especially since the pandemic, my husband and I have not really had an opportunity to get out and go to places like that. So actually going to the comedy shows was awesome, because even though it's something that we could do at home, we haven't had an opportunity to do it at home. So things that we have not had a chance to do in a while, it was great to be able to go and sit and have an adult moment in a comedy club, have a drink, have a laugh, enjoy ourselves. We even got a chance to watch it's a Keanu Reeves movie. I can't remember. John Wick. We got a chance to watch John Wick in the IMAX theater, and the IMAX is not free. That is one of the things that you have to pay for, but they do have a movie that you don't have to pay for, but it's not the IMAX. We got a chance to see a couple of productions. They weren't Broadway plays. They're kind of like musicals, and it was the Carnival employees that put the shows on, and it was very interesting. One of them wasn't so good, but the other one was awesome. We really enjoyed it, and we got a chance to play some games, like they had Deal or No Deal. Excuse me, Deal or No Deal. They had movie music trivia, so they play a snippet and you guess what movie it's from. They had all sorts of things like that, but then they also had the candy store. They had some violinists that were keeping us entertained down by the bar area, midship. They have a whole slew of shopping, jewelry and clothes and things like that, if you're into that sort of thing. And every store does some type of drawing or sale, different things like that. They also have a liquor store, and they sell cigarettes in there. So if you're a person that drink and you want a bottle of alcohol, you want to buy your carton of cigarettes. For those who are interested in cigarillos or Black and Milds, that sort of thing, they don't carry those. So if you're a person who likes to smoke Black and Milds or any type of thin cigar, you're going to need to bring that on board yourself, because they don't provide that. They do not have Coke products. They only have Pepsi products. So if you're a person that like Coke Zero or any other Coke product, you're going to have to bring that. You can bring that in because you're allowed 112 pack of canned drinks. So if you need to bring your Coke Zero or whatever you drink, do that. You are not permitted to bring any bottles on board. So you can't bring any bottled drinks. Also, if you are going to any of the beaches and you're a smoker, for the most part, like we went to Mr. Sancho's in Cozumel, you cannot smoke on the beach or anywhere they're serving food. It is against their law now. That was enacted, and they have 2 designated places where you actually go to smoke. So that's for the smokers. There are places on the ship that you can smoke. On the Vista was deck 5 by the Liquid Lounge, and up on deck 11. So those are the 2 designated smoking areas. You are not permitted to smoke on the balconies or in the rooms or anything like that. The other thing is for adults who are interested in chilling and having a good time. They do have what's called Serenity, and that's the over 18 area. No children are permitted there. They have 2 jacuzzis. They do not have a pool, but they do have a deck area with these huge dome chairs where you can sit and relax. My recommendation would definitely be to bring you a towel or something to cover your legs or to clip on the front of the dome, because depending on the time of day that you go up there, the sun is beaming, and if you're like me, my legs were on fire. So my husband took his shirt off and gave it to me, and I laid it across my legs, and it was much better because they started burning. The chairs are super comfortable. They also have in that area a salad bar. So if you get hungry and you want to get you a salad, they do have a salad bar where they make you a salad, and of course you can buy your drinks up there. They also have specific towels that you can check out so that you can get in a jacuzzi. If you happen to forget your towel from your room, you can check out a towel, get in a jacuzzi, and have yourself a ball. The two things that my husband did not get a chance to do that he wanted to do, and I never planned on doing it, but I was definitely going to film it, are the sky bikes, where you can actually race someone. And I do have footage of that on my video where I'm talking about the cruise. He didn't get a chance to do the sky bikes, and he did not get a chance to do the water slide. Now, the water slide, I may have done it because it didn't let you out in a bunch of water. It actually let you out like there's a table at the end and has a piece here for your feet to bump to stop. And then you just climb off of the table. They had two different kinds. One, you had I believe it's like I want to say it was a raft or something, not a raft, a little like the round thing. You come down the slide, and then the other one was just you. So one was wider and the other one was more narrow. So I can't think of anything else. There was just so much to learn and so much to know. Allow yourself to be free. Speak to people when they speak to you. Don't be so concerned about, people asking too many questions and stuff like that, because one thing I learned on this trip, everybody is just relaxing. They're enjoying themselves. They are getting to know people. I have talked to people and have actually chatted with people in the Facebook group that said that they have made lifelong friends on these cruises. And you will see some of the same people on any other cruise that you happen to go on, if it's still in the Carnival family, because there are people cruising. They get off one cruise and then they get on another cruise. We met a guy. He's a chemist. He's a retired chemist. His wife is passed away. He's a really cool guy. And after the cruise that we just got off of, he was actually going to get on a 2-week cruise, 14-day cruise. And then he was staying on that same ship and doing a 7-day turnaround. So he was going to be on that ship for 3 weeks. They're going to different places and doing different things. So you never know. You want to be nice to people. One, because it's the humane thing to do. But two, you never know who you're going to run into again. Okay. We didn't get a chance to meet our cruise director. However, we had TJ, and my husband said, TJ is a busy man. TJ stayed on the intercom about so many things, and he was just always making announcements and stuff like that. So he seemed to be very, what's the word? Not hype, to be very, seemed like he was very energetic. Like he was extremely energetic. And so, yeah, so they had the dance parties out on midship on the deck, and it was exciting to watch that. I did get some of that footage. They do what's called a dive-in movie, which is where it's on the deck where the pools and stuff are, and they have this huge screen where they're showing movies different times of the day. They serve food every time you turn around, early morning, afternoon, evening. They have 2 different buffets. They got a little continental breakfast before the breakfast buffet opens. They have all sorts of stuff. Guy Fieri has his burger bar, his burger spot, and his barbecue spot that's on the ship. Both of those restaurants are included in your cruise package, so you don't have to pay extra for those. They got tacos. We paid to have some crab legs. I had crab legs. Oh my God, they were so good. And it's a restaurant where they serve lobster rolls. Lobster wasn't really seasoned well. It didn't really taste like anything. So to me, that was a waste of my money. But the crab legs were the bomb. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But this is a first-time cruiser, about to be another time cruiser. And just giving you some tips to all these first-time cruisers that are out there. Thank you so much. If you're not already a member of the Fetch fam, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download that app, scan my QR code, and get to scanning those receipts. You might as well take advantage of it. You're already spending the money. The receipts translates into points, the points translates into cash, and you can redeem that cash via store card or cash card, or you can donate to charity. Well, all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but we don't do so without saying, love yourself, love somebody else, and until next time, y'all take care. Bye.